Hey guys, what's going on? It's Alex from Fitment Industries, and today we're bringing you something a little bit different. So a lot of times in the comments, we see a bunch of people asking questions about wheel brands, like, are Cosmis any good? Are Rohana's reps? Will Alex's facial hair ever grow? These are all great questions. So we thought we would start by answering with a 5 things video because you guys love these kind of videos. So we are starting off with Cosmis Racing. This is 5 things you may or may not have known about Cosmis Racing Wheels. Let go. So number 1 on the list is the wheel rigidity lines, or wheel ribs. And what wheel ribs are there little indentations or perforations in the wheel barrel. And what that allows the wheel to do is be stronger. Now, a lot of times with a lightweight wheel, you can get lightweight or you can get strong, but it's very rare that you can get both without paying a ton of money. So they do this by essentially meeting in the middle in terms of cost and strength. So these wheel ribs actually help with bending, they help with twisting, they help with wheel rigidity, they actually help with rotational mass, and they're actually not something that you see on a lot of cast wheels. So Cosmis Racing goes out there and they put these on here because for track use purposes, it does help a lot with just maintaining the strength of your overall wheel. The second thing that you may or may not know about Cosmis Racing is they actually aren't as heavy as what you would imagine. Now, a lot of times when we're talking about big wheels, 18 by 9.5 or 18 by 10.5, we're usually getting real close to that 27, 28 pound mark that used to be a very common weight. Cosmis Racing shaves a few pounds off of that using different barrel tech and essentially shaving as much weight as they can on the face and behind the back pad. We measured this specific wheel and the XT206R versus a couple different styles, and we found it was about a 2 to 4 pound difference between the same exact wheels of the same exact dimensions, but different designs. But it's good to know that if you're getting a cast wheel, that it's not going to be a 28 pound wheel. The third thing that you may or may not know is Cosmis Racing was actually founded in 2011, so it's not that old. And they didn't actually enter the United States until 2013. And that's why you really don't know a whole lot about Cosmis Racing Wheels, is because they're relatively a pretty new brand. So Cosmis Racing has been around for about 5 years now, and although there are questions about service and reliability, and on top of the fact, for the disclaimer, that I can say that we're not paid by Cosmis Racing, we're not sponsored by them, they're pretty cool dudes, and they seem to do a really good job with their customer service. With the people that have purchased Cosmis from us, it hasn't been that bad. They tend to enjoy themselves, and they're pretty fun guys to talk with, so can't complain about that. So the fourth thing that you may not know about Cosmis Racing is just the details that they have in their wheels. So I know when it comes to me with being cast wheels, I like to have little tiny details on my wheels. It just makes for the wheel to look better. So I decided to go grab the XT005R because this is probably one of the more popular ones, especially the red face with the machined lip and the black inner barrel. So if you guys don't know, painting a cast wheel relatively is one color because it's not a multi-piece wheel. It's very difficult to do. Well, these guys actually go through and they essentially put 3 different colors on one wheel. On top of that, you've got the polished barrel, you have the machined windows here that are actually a different color than the barrel itself. You have the red face, and then of course you have the black inner barrel. So what does that mean? So a lot of people like this look, some people don't like this look, but it's not necessarily trying to make it out to be a multi-piece wheel. It's just a different take on a one-piece cast color design that Cosmis Racing does, and I think it looks killer. It's a flat face profile, it has a lot of details in here, as well as actually painting where the lug nuts would go, valve stem would go, and other things like that would go, where a lot of other wheels you're not going to get that sort of meticulous color and design, and you can't go wrong with that. So the fifth and final thing that we have on our list, since Cosmis Racing is so new, they're actually still listening to their customer base really, really well, and they're introducing new bolt patterns, new offsets, and new lineups of wheels, including flow form, for people that asked for them. So you're gonna see wheels start to come into the States that are in a 4-bolt pattern for your Hondas and your Acuras and things like that. You're also gonna see more common 35 offsets, especially for your Subarus and things like that. And on top of that, they're keeping in mind a lot of big brake clearance items, especially with STIs and Evos and things like that. So Cosmis Racing is definitely gonna get bigger and more expansive. It's gonna have more options for you guys if you went out there and looked and it's not there yet. I'm pretty sure it will be in a couple months. So Cosmis Racing is bringing in a ton of new styles, inventory, and design so that you guys can have something from Cosmis Racing. So that is the fifth and final thing from Cosmis Racing that you may or may not know, especially for 2018. So if you guys have any questions, be sure to let us know in the comments. If you're looking to pick up a set, obviously check out fitmentindustries.com. We have 30,000 wheels, tires, suspension, and airlift. That's the sales plug. But let us know what you guys want us to cover next, whether that's wheel history or anything like that, or just another brand that you want to learn a little bit more about. Let us know if you have any questions. We respond to every single one. I'll see you later. I'm Alex. Peace.